Hi there everyone, this is Jed McCabe of www.bodybuildingalert.com. Welcome to this short video presentation called Packing on Hard Muscle with Home Gym Exercises. It's very possible to add a lot of hard muscle to your body training at home without ever going anywhere near a commercial gym and without spending a ton of cash on expensive equipment. One of the great benefits of working out at home is that you train whenever you want. You've got absolute control over the exercises that you do, and best of all, you're not subject to the awful advice, in inverted commas, handed out by muppets who haven't a clue what they're talking about. And yes, I'm talking about the instructors. Some of them don't have the vaguest idea. Now, here are 3 terrific exercises that you can do at home that require almost no equipment to train them. The first one is the step up, which is a leg exercise. All you need is a solid and stable chair. You simply step up onto the chair using one leg at a time, and then lowering yourself under control using the strength of one leg. Unless your balance is amazing, you need something to hang on to for stability. But it's surprising the number of people that aren't actually strong enough to do this. And one of the great benefits of the step up exercise is if you've got one leg that's stronger than the other, you can very quickly strengthen the weaker leg simply by training it on its own. Now, moving on, the push-up is a much underrated upper body movement and a terrific way of building upper body strength and muscle. And using the chair we mentioned just a second ago, try elevated push-ups where your feet are on the chair. And what that does is it throws the body weight forward and makes the push-up a lot more tough to do. You can build a serious amount of upper body strength by doing the push-up. If you're even a bit more advanced than that, try doing the handstand push-up. You just have your feet resting against the wall, and that throws all of your body weight forward, and that is really tough. You need to be seriously strong to do the handstand push-up, but it really can pack on shoulder muscle. Now, another exercise you can do at home, which in my opinion is the best upper body movement there is the chin-up. And you can buy one of these leveraged chin-up bars for about 20 or 30 quid, and it fits over the door frame, and the leverage actually holds it into position, so as you pull down on the bar, that makes it more solid and stable. Now, you do need to make certain that you've got this set up properly before you start, because you could have a very serious accident if the bar came unshipped while you're in the middle of the chin-up exercise. So quick legal disclaimer there, you do this at your own risk, but as I say, if you've got a proper door frame and you take the time to set this up properly, it should be quite safe. Please note, I'm not talking about those old-fashioned chin-up bars which you actually unscrew into the door frame. This fits over the door frame, and it's the leverage of your weight that holds it in position. And I can't emphasize enough, you need to make certain that your setup is secure and solid before you start. But the chin-up is perhaps the best upper body muscle builder that there is around. Now, what these 3 movements have in common is they're body weight exercises, which is why they're so good. You're effectively moving your body against the resistance of its own weight. Now, also you could do the crunch exercise for abs, or if you've got your chin-up bar we spoke about a moment ago, you can do the knee-up exercise as well. Now, let's imagine that you've got a bar and some plates, and see where you can go after that. Assuming you've got a barbell and some plates, you'll be able to do the deadlift exercise, which is one of the 2 best movements ever invented. The only thing that comes near to it in terms of effectiveness is the squat exercise. I guarantee you that if you talk to any top bodybuilder and ask them how they built most of their muscle mass, they'll tell you it was through either deadlifting or squatting. I mean, it really is that good an exercise. If you do the deadlift progressively, which means adding weight to the bar and training it regularly and hard, then in a year's time you can totally transform your body. Now, for a smallish outlay, I'm talking about maybe 150 quid, you can invest in a trap bar, and that can take your deadlifting to a really new level. I bought one about 15 years ago, and it's the best money I've ever spent. The trap bar, for those that don't know, is a rhombus shape, and what that means is that you stand inside it, and that means that the resistance of the bar goes through your body rather than in front of it, which takes a lot of stress off your back. but you can do the trap bar deadlift with this piece of equipment, and it's an absolutely fantastic exercise and perhaps the best muscle building movement that I've ever done. Now, a couple of quick safety notes. You need to make it your business to understand the correct technique for each movement that you do, and you also need to make sure that you've got a good safety setup before you start, because the one thing that will hold you up for sure is injury, and you might even injure yourself seriously enough so that you can't train anymore. As regards both these topics, at the end of this video presentation I'm going to give you a free resource where you can find out a lot more information about how to do these movements correctly and also how to avoid injury. Now, a quick word about the multi-gym. These are these all-in-one things where you can do several different exercises. In my opinion, they're a waste of money. The ones that are affordable are too rickety to use when you build the weight up to anything meaningful, and the ones that aren't rickety, the top of the range ones, are really expensive. We're talking £3,000 or £4,000. So in my opinion, it's better to buy the equipment that I'm talking about here, and then you can really have a lot more control over your bodybuilding. The next thing I'd get is a power rack. This is probably the most expensive piece of equipment you'll need to buy. I should say they're not cheap, but with a power rack you can do all manner of exercises in almost complete safety. In case you don't know, it's 4 uprights that are welded together. There are holes drilled in them, and you can place pins inside those holes, and that enables you to rest the bar anywhere that you want to, which makes your training a lot more safe. Best of all with a power rack is you can now do the squat exercise. I mentioned the deadlift earlier, and I said the squat is the only movement that comes anywhere near to it in terms of effectiveness. It's an absolutely brilliant exercise, and unless you've got a compelling medical reason that stops you from training the squat, I seriously suggest that you try the squat or the deadlift. Better still if you can do both, but those are the two quickest ways of packing muscle onto your body, by squatting and deadlifting hard. Let's now look at benches. Now, if you've got a solid bench, you can then train the bench press inside the power rack that you've previously invested in, and now you've pretty much got all the equipment you'll ever need. Best of all, most power racks, decent ones, you can get a chinning and a dipping station which you can attach. Now, the chinning exercise we've already spoken about. It's even better if you can do it in a power rack, and the dipping exercise, the parallel bar dip as it's otherwise known, is probably the best exercise for adding chest muscle, better even than the bench press in my opinion. So let's now have a look and see the home gym exercises that you'll be able to do with the equipment that you've invested in. You can do the deadlift and the squat. Remember, they're the two best movements that you could possibly ever do, and the step up for legs and back. For upper body, you can do the bench press, overhead press, chin up, dip, and the shrug. That's for your chest, shoulders and back, and pretty much all of your upper body muscles, not forgetting the push-up we spoke about at the beginning. You can do crunches and knee-ups for the abs, and with a dumbbell you can do the calf raise. Now, these movements are all the movements that you'll ever need to do. You can build all the muscle that you'll ever need just by doing these exercises progressively, which means adding weight to the bar whenever you can. You'll have covered all of your major muscle groups, and you also have built yourself a home gym that you can use for life. And I guarantee it'll pay for itself many times over in saved gym subs. Not only that, so when the time comes you can hand it on to your children. So let's wrap all this up now. From the information that you've got from this video presentation, you now know all the exercises that you'll ever need to do in order to pack on loads of hard muscle with home gym exercises. But what you need to do is to find out how to do these routines to make the best use of those exercises, and also the best way to make the best use of your valuable training time. For more information on this topic, you might be interested. There's a free 70-minute video available called Bodybuilding Basics. It's available at www.bodybuildingalert.com. You can see the link on the screen there. I strongly suggest that you download that now and discover how to build the body you always wanted in less than 3 hours a week. This is Jed McCabe of www.bodybuildingalert.com signing off, and I wish you luck. Speak to you soon. Cheers.